Hey, also I'm going to be giving an honest opinion on the new Zelda game, Tears of the Kingdom. This is basically going to be a review of the game as well, so to speak. I did play Breath of the Wild. I've never played this before though, so it should be interesting to see how this game compares to Breath of the Wild. So far though, it's looking pretty good. The graphics look really nice. The gameplay itself is hard to say from the first part of the game. We're just following Zelda beneath Hyrule Castle at the moment. Oh, here we go. First encounter with enemies. So let's get a feel for the Master Sword. Yeah, these are nice and easy to defeat. You can just lock onto them and then swing and defeat them really quickly, like I just did. Alright, so I've gone on quite a bit further with the game. Things are looking a bit different now, may I add. There's a portal here. And have a look at that. I think we're through the introduction, so to speak, and now get to experience the main game. There's quite a lot of story to start. That's one thing I will say. And I would like to have seen a bit more action, but that's kind of to be expected at the start of a game. It's all looking really interesting, though. I'm very much looking forward to the game picking up, so to speak. There we go, we're going forward in there, I would have thought. Alright, so this is definitely feeling a lot more like the original game now. Gathering items and finding other weapons. There's a tree branch there. Oh, we have an enemy? Yeah, that's an enemy, right. So the broken Master Sword doesn't really get a lot of energy by the looks of it. And I would have thought you have to wait around 10 minutes for it to regenerate. These tree branches aren't that effective, but I managed to take down the enemy there. Nice, so that gets a better feel for the combat in the game. I think I need some sort of shield though. That will help a lot with the combat. So we have these quick menus. I'm glad these are in the game. Very useful for using items or changing weapons quickly. Those are always very useful. So I now have access to the map. You can already see this area is looking pretty big. I would have thought the entire map unlocks as you play the game. You can just see from that how big this game is going to be. The map is huge. Well, yeah, basically it's huge. That's all I have to say about that. I'm going to go ahead and find Princess Zelda. Well, hopefully anyway. Probably won't, but that's the next objective. Right, so I can see another enemy up ahead. Weapons break pretty quickly as they did in Breath of the Wild. So I can always put another weapon on. I'll use a tree branch just because I have tons of those. Do some dodging as well during this battle. The combat does feel really smooth though, may I add. Works really well. Pretty much perfect as it was in Breath of the Wild. So let's have a go at cooking something. There's already a pre-cooked example item that was by the fire, so I would assume you have to hold it. Then, do I chuck it on the fire itself? I would assume so. Let's see what happens. There we go, a nice toasty sky shrooms. That was pretty easy to do. That's always good as I'm going to need the health. So I'm at the Temple of Time, as you can see here. The enemies are a little bit tougher. That one's spinning wildly and has a shield. There we go. I have a shield myself now, as I can pick up that. There we go, nice. So definitely getting a feel for the game. It does feel very familiar to Breath of the Wild. So hopefully I should be able to play this game and do well at it, complete the game eventually. It's going to take a very long time though. So I did just find out you can actually fall off the island and you lose a heart. So I'm going to go ahead and eat one of those sky shrooms to restore my hearts a little bit, but it didn't do too much restoration. Don't fall off again. So I have a bow now, and let's have a go at taking out the enemy over here. Oh, nice. That was a good shot. I've only got 5 arrows, though, so I better make them count. A little bit unsteady. Yeah, my accuracy isn't... Oh, it's throwing rocks at me. Lovely. Oh, there we go. I've taken it down. Nice. Just need to be a bit careful that I don't jump down and take falling damage. Especially with only 1 heart. So I will say, it is actually looking quite tricky near the start of the game. Harder than I was expecting it to be. Find myself on low hearts quite a lot of the time. So what I'll do is complete this shrine, then give my thoughts and opinions on the game, then give it a final score. I think I've played enough of the game to be able to review it. I will say, it's looking like a phenomenal game so far, and it will probably get better and better as I play more and more of it. So inside the shrine itself, we have an ability to use called Ultra Hand. You can move objects about. This feels pretty smooth. A little bit complicated to start with, as I've not really practiced with this, as you can probably see. I would assume you have to place the object somewhere over... Oh, that's it. There we go. I've got the feel for it now. Somewhere over here, then climb up the wall. Let's go. That's it. And let's see what that does. Okay, that was pretty pathetic. Let's be honest. Have a go at moving this one as well. Right, so the D-pad moves it like that. Rotation is done by holding... Oh, not like that. Yeah, this is quite tricky, actually, since I've not done this much before. Rotate. Oh, that's it. I'm getting the hang of it now. Right, we will eventually work this out. And there we go, perfect. I managed to progress to the next part of the shrine. Actually, no. Need to work harder. Yeah, that's how you're supposed to do it. Didn't realise you could stick the objects together. Now I know how to do it. So it's clear that's what you're supposed to do. Make it slide across like that, and then... Well, yeah. It's not as easy as it looks when you don't know what you're doing. Let's just be blunt. Oh, this is looking good, this is looking good. Get on it! Oh no, it's going without me. Oh, that's just brilliant. Yeah, that's how you're supposed to do it, but I kind of failed. Well, there we go. Working this time. And I think we may, well, be done with the shrine. Brilliant. I finally made it. Crikey. Yeah, I'm a bit rusty, it's fair to say. And if this follows on from Breath of the Wild, I should either get a heart or stamina after I've collected enough of the items. Let's see what happens here. We offer this light that will cleanse you of evil. Nice. It's powered up the arm by the looks of it. Oh no, it's given me an orb. Oh yeah, the orb has gone into the arm. Yay, Light of Blessing. Brilliant. And hearts restored as well. So now we can escape the shrine. Alright, and now it's time for my final scores of the game. I have obtained the 3 skills from the starting island. So now hopefully I can give a decent review of the game. I think I've played enough of it to be able to rate the categories of the game. So what I'm going to do first is rate graphics. I would have to say 10 out of 10 for the graphics. You can't really fault them, if I'm being honest. Just looks really nice, as you can see. Not found any problems at all with the graphics. So we're going to move on to gameplay. I'm giving that a 9 out of 10. There are times where you may get a bit frustrated, but overall battling is really good, and the game itself has a very nice Zelda feel to it. Lifespan 10 out of 10. This game is going to last you a very long time, especially if you want to get 100% completion. The sound, giving that an 8 out of 10. Has a very ambient feel to it, good voice acting. Not that much background music though, so that's why I've given it an 8. And originality, 9 out of 10 for that. Same feel as the original game, but tons of new stuff, so I think 9 out of 10 is fair for that. And for the final score, I'm giving it 96%. As I mentioned, you may get frustrated a few times with the game, especially near the start when you're still trying to learn what you have to do and what everything does. Overall though, this game is spectacular, definitely well worth getting. So the only reason I might say Breath of the Wild is a tiny bit better is because I preferred the skills in that game to Tears of the Kingdom. But that's just my own opinion. Both games are very similar, both games have a ton of content, and both games are spectacular. So there we go, I hope you found that review helpful. If you do want to add your own feedback to this review, please do so in the comments. I'm sure we'll all want to hear opinions on the game. This is one of the biggest releases, so it makes sense to do a review for the game. If you did enjoy this video, please do give it a like and subscribe to the channel. Subscribing is always very much appreciated. And thanks for watching.